Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Light winds, slight chance of rain, not too bad, but it's better than it blowing 45 miles an hour and being rough as all get out there. So I've actually had a chance to fish quite a bit this week. I fished Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I had a chance to get out on the water. As you see, I've been doing a bunch of videos. So I've been trying to get as much content out there as I possibly can. One thing that came to bother me yesterday was we had a situation where the area that we were fishing past the Port Manatee Spoil Island, we started to see a bunch of dead fish. Not all kinds of fish. It was only one type of fish that was dead, and it was grunts. But there was thousands of them. And I'm going to go into this video. This is the Friday fishing forecast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the fishing video from yesterday. I didn't get the video a ton because we had rain move in on us, so we had to get off the water pretty early. But we caught some really nice fish. We caught a 29-inch gag, a 24-inch gag. We lost a bunch of others, big ones, big fish. But as you'll see in this video, you'll see the dead fish, and then we're going to talk about the red tide report in the Friday fishing forecast. So let's go ahead and get into the fishing segment of this video, and then we'll get into the Friday fishing forecast, and we'll talk about what we saw, and what the tide is doing, and things like that. You won't see this very often if I'm on a boat and I'm not throwing the net, so you won't see this very often at all. Okay. See, Ty throws the triple load, so he throws a different load than I do. Let's see if he caught any bait. Let's see if he's any good at this. I see him. I see a couple flickers here and there.
Oh yeah, we got some good fish.
Yeah. Now I can honestly say there is one issue. There's one issue that we have right now. Ty's not throwing a Talon cast net.
We're gonna change all that.
Yeah, we're gonna change that. And we're gonna teach Ernie how to throw a net too.
I know how to throw chum.
Yeah. Okay, I just gotta say that I honestly learned something new today. Ty was talking to Ernie, and he said, Ernie, take the bait net, just as long as it doesn't have zip ties on the bait net, and he starts raking it down the net just like that, and I see all the bait coming out of the net, and I'm like, son of a gun. I said, that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, you just take it and go down and it gets rid of it. So if you ever Christmas tree your net, now you know you use a bait net without the zip ties. Yep. And it goes right down the net and it completely cleans it. I was like, oh my God.
You got a T-top, throw it over the rod holder and just start raking it, and you'll clean up in 10 minutes.
Look at that, son of a gun. You learn something new every day. Well guys, we got bait. As you saw, it was relatively pretty easy. We just wanted to get enough hand-sized pinfish for doing what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go after gag grouper, of course, snapper, red grouper. Excited to fish with these guys. Never fished with Ty, but fished with Ernie. So looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys learned something new today. I learned a bunch of new things today, which is cool, because when you fish with new people, you feed off each other and you start talking about different things, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I didn't even realize that. So you learn, like I talked to Ty about using spade fish for bait, for grouper.
Never knew that in my life.
Never knew that. So
now everybody in the bay is going to be using spade fish.
Yeah,
hey,
they're not the easiest thing to find though.
Yeah.
But he also shared something with me that I'm not going to share with you, because it's something that he shared with me that I'm just not going to share. But That's one thing. Don't get mad at me because I share everything else. So don't get mad at me that I'm not going to share that. But it's awesome because when you go out with new guys like this, you get to see different styles and different techniques, and if you don't learn off each other, there's something wrong. So we're gonna hit it now, get out to the grounds and see what we can do. All right, folks, the weirdest thing is happening that we pulled up to our first spot, and all we're seeing are dead grunts all over the place. You can see there's a line of them going way out this way. I don't know what it's about, but it's weird because all it is grunts. It's no other fish, just grunts. So I'm not sure if it was maybe a shrimp boat dumped their stuff or what, but it's really weird because they're all over the place. Yeah.
Only grunt. Crazy.
Ernie, that's not a keeper.
I know. What's wrong with this spot?
Oh,
That might be. Uh-oh. Come on, son. Oh, you better run. Uh-oh.
no.
We're getting closer. We're getting close.
I know you guys probably get tired of hearing me say this, but pay attention to the minors and majors. Right now, we're in the middle of the major, and every bait that's going back, boom, 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 fish on, fish on, fish on. I'm telling you right now, yesterday was the same way. As soon as the major stopped, the bite slowed way down. We still caught fish, don't get me wrong, but the major and the minor feeding times are key. I can't stress it enough. If you don't follow them, you might want to start following them.
Yeah, this new group of boys.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a little better. That's a good one, but he didn't get off like the other one would. This is a keeper.
I hate you guys, but I love you guys at the same time. Where is the net?
It's up front, right? Oh yeah, he's a keeper. Swing him in it. Oh! You gotta tell me. Bam! First one of the year. Fifth bait. Alright, let me get my net.
Get that net, player.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good freaking deal.
Who's gonna catch the 30-incher?
You baby.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's a stud.
All day.
That is
29.
a stud, bro.
I'm just gonna take video.
I'll get you a picture.
That's a nice one right there.
Turn on this way a little more. And come down with him.
Unflare his gill. He got his gill flared out.
There we go.
So on Ernie Simrad, there's some spots on top of this ledge here, and then on the bottom of the ledge. That's exactly what I'm looking for when I'm looking at these ledges. So it's you can see now that there's bait showing up on that ledge right there, and you can see the rocks on the top of the ledge right there. So that's something that I'm looking for when I'm looking for new spots. But you can start seeing the rocks there too. Rocks there. So I like to look on top of the ledge to see what I can find. And that will give you a better indication of when you're going along looking at these ledges, especially if there's stuff on top of the ledge. I really like that because we were sitting in 37 feet, 38 feet of water and working our way up the ledge, and I caught the 29-inch gag. We lost how many? We got railed. I don't know how many times.
Half inch too short.
But this is what it looks like on the the regular sonar. There's fish all along that edge right there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the tides and the salooner tables for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a high tide at 11 a.m. at a 1.94 foot. Then we have a low tide at 5:49 p.m. at a 0.47 foot. And then On Sunday, we have a high tide at 11:23 a.m. at a 2.08 foot, and then we have a low tide at 6:31 p.m. at a 0.22 foot. Now let's go to the major and minors. On Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 9:01 to 11:01, and then we have a minor feeding time from 3:53 to 4:53 p.m. And we have a major on Sunday at 9:42 a.m. to 11:42 a.m., and then we have a minor feeding time from 4:46 p.m. to 5:46 p.m. Now, let me go ahead and premise and talk about these lunar times. And this last week, they've been dead on. We hit the salooners on Wednesday, and we hit the last half of it on Wednesday, and that's when we caught 4 keeper gags in less than 30 minutes, and that was in the major feeding time. We ended up with our 3-man limit, as you saw in the video in the past. So what I was saying was that it's those major and minor feeding times have been very important, and I always stress it to pay attention to these things and really get an understanding of them, because like I said, on that Wednesday we caught all those 4 keeper gags. On Thursday I went out with my buddy Ernie and Ty, and we did quite well in the major feeding time, and then we got pushed off the water with storm. So that major, I think the major for this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, I think are going to be pretty good, because it's going to be closer to the tide change, and we did really well on those majors. So I would pay attention to that, be in the area that you want to be in, and make sure that you're on fish. So another thing that I want to talk about is the what we saw in that video and the dead fish that we saw. Unfortunately, it's right in the area where the Piney Point spill was, and I really haven't reported too much on it, to be honest, because I haven't seen much. There hasn't been much going on. There hasn't been anything negative. We haven't seen any fish kills. We haven't seen anything negative. The fish are all around, so it hasn't been something that's a major issue. But yesterday, as we got to the place where we wanted to fish, we started noticing dead grunts everywhere. As you saw in the video, there was dead grunts, thousands of them everywhere. But it was the only fish that was floating dead, which was really odd. I've never seen anything like it before. When I've seen fish kills, I've seen all kinds of fish that have been killed. So it's kind of odd that it was just grunts, but it was definitely in the area of the spill. As you can see on the map for the red tide from FWC, they are picking up medium concentration, light concentrations of red tide in this area. So I am a little concerned, a little bit more than a little bit. I am concerned that water temperature's keeps creeping up every day, especially if we don't get a lot of rain, in which we have not had a lot of rain here in Ruskin. So I'm not real happy about it, and I'm hoping for the best. Trust me, I'm hoping for the best. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but I'm just reporting exactly what we saw. And our bait fish was fine. Never had an issue with our bait fish dying. The grouper were there. In the same area, I caught the 29-inch grouper. We caught the 24-inch grouper. We caught a ton of small grouper, ton of like 22 and a half, 23. So those aren't small, but we caught a lot of smaller ones too. So the fish seemed to be there. So I don't know if it was just something with the grunts themselves, but these grunts, they looked old. As you saw in the video, they didn't look freshly killed. They looked like they've been in the water for a while. So we'll just have to watch and monitor it and see what's going on and keep an eye on it. So that's something that's really important to me. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support. We really, really appreciate it. If you are interested in buying the gear that we use, our jigs, our braided line, our fluorocarbon, any of that stuff, you can visit TampaBayFishingChannel.com, or you can come by our store here in Ruskin. I'll put the address down in the description below, so you can come and visit us. We're here Monday through Friday. We've kind of shut things down on the weekend simply because we're not doing the kayak rental business. So We're here Monday through Friday. We can come if you call us ahead of time. If we're around the area, we can get here on a weekend if we need to. So if you want to let us know that you want to stop by on the weekend, we can make arrangements for that. But anyway, thank you again. We really appreciate all the support. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.